Welcome in everybody to Brazil. As we see, Kalki is going to come across the line to do a 8 flat, so pretty decent banker, I would say. I think there's a Haas next, who is Potato, who's just starting his lap. As we go over to Ferrari, who is ZK, he's going to be the next one to cross the line, and he sets a 7-2 banker. That's a crazy banker. Wow. Sammy is going to be the next one, followed by an Alpine. Sammy does a 8-9 as well. Alpine Ferrari Pro 6-9, so we're already into the sixes for a banker lap. That is, yeah, that is insane. So yeah, very, very good lap there. There we go. That should have sorted the stream title out. Hopefully that does. Cracked goal Nicholas, says Mr. Jbot. As yeah, we missed a few. So Ferrari Pro already into the sevens. I mean, we haven't seen laps from a Viper and Abyss. So Abyss, Wingy Woo, Thomas Reed, all these guys are very, very rapid. So is Jono, who's I think he's just starting his lap. So let's watch on Lefty. He is on the main start finish straight. He is going to be the one that sets his lap time. Let's see what he does. He does a 7-5. Wingy Woo goes into the 7-5s as well. Let's go over to Abyss as he's approaching the final corner. Very, very nicely done there. And then we'll slowly flick it back over to a Viper. But Abyss is coming across the line. Let's see what he does. We'll go on to Viper to see Abyss's time. Abyss goes into P3 with a 7-1-6-4. Viper does a 7-4-9-0. So Viper seems to have lost a bit of time. Obviously, we had that 1-2 finish in Japan. Let me just quickly check the standings of what the finishing order was in. Oh, obviously, yes, my bad. Vegas did not happen. So this is indeed round 2. So we are still on the round 1 standings, which was Japan. And that is where the Red Bulls finished 1 and 2. Anyways, let's see who else is on a lap. I think Yuki Bear just ended. So everyone set their provisional times for now. MJ Roller has invalidated, and I think all these guys are coming in on in laps. So 17 cars, we see a McLaren coming out of the garage. I think he would be another driver that's going to probably set a time. Unless Jono is, I think he's coming in. Yuki is probably going to come in as well. So we'll focus on Sammy, who's going to be the first car out on an outlap. Unless Yuki does go for another. Anyways, we looking back at the recap of the past few tiers. Obviously, tier 2, very, very controversial. Mr. Matty Skills obviously was on comms for that. Unfortunate that I couldn't join the man himself on comms, but if we are not reserving, we will be there next week. But yeah, very controversial ending for that race. Obviously, if you are a Pouch Times subscriber, you would know, as Wingy Woo says he's him. If you get into the sixes, you're him, mate. So yeah, there's your goal. I'll give you that. Let's watch on board with Sammy in the McLaren to see how he does. We're going to hide everything here, and let's go for a wrap around Brazil. as he approaches the final corners. He's up slightly on his time. Let's see what he does. Ferrari Pro, oh boy, he's started his lap, but we'll give it to him. Give it to you. He's just approaching the technical section of the track. But yeah, we will hide all this just for Jebot himself. We obviously don't know how much he's improved by this. Williams ahead of him. Will he get out the way? Hopefully he does. Yep, there we go. He does get out the way. And let's see what Ferrari Pro will do, as he's probably going to dump all of the battery up to the line. Let's see where he's going to put. He's up slightly on his time and improves into the 8s. It's a very, very good lap for him as well. Obviously the only driver in the 6s at the moment. So going to be interesting to see what goes on there, as we'll look at last week's race winner, 2 weeks ago's race winner, Viper. Let's see what he does. He's going to get some good slipstream from the Alpine. The Alpine goes onto the grass to not give him that slipstream. So tactical games being played there by the Alpine team. But let's see, Viper comes across the swooping right hand and into the slowest section of the racetrack. Let's see what he does. Let's watch the sector 2 split, as he's just going to come across that, and he's up 2/10. So this is only going to put him into P6, unfortunately. So we'll see if Viper has anything more in store, as he's going to push to the line, use all the battery, and improves to a 7-1, just ahead of his teammate. But yeah, so far only Mr. Ferrari Pro is into the 6s. Let's watch on Thomas Reed. Let's see where he goes. As he's going to come across the sector 2 split, and he is up 1.5 tenths. So this is going to put him only maybe 2-3 positions if he can gain a lot, because the gap between P8 and P9 is about 1.5 to 2 tenths. So let's see what Thomas Reed can do. He slots right in that gap, sets an identical time to Jono with a 7.285. But anyways, it is, I mean, look at that, top 7, covered by, if you exclude Ferrari Pro, the race for the second place on the grid is within a tenth between 6 drivers. So it's going to be a very, very close qualifying there indeed. As everyone is back into the pits, we've got 2 drivers. I think Sammy probably would be coming in, so Kalki's the only one that looks to be on a lap at the moment. Let's see what he is going to do as he approaches the second sector split. He is 6 tenths up. Wow, that's a massive improvement. So the first lap that he did clearly was not good enough. That's going to put him into the top 10. But he's coming back in. Oh, wow. He's thrown that advantage off. So he wants to save the time for the final run. Very, very interesting. So, yeah, everyone is back in the grid. Obviously looking to see when they would go out. I don't think, since it's a short lap, that much of fuel would affect them, because you do get fuel for 2 laps even on the lowest fuel setting. So yeah, gonna be interesting to see what happens, and I think that is Abyss going to be the first one out on the track. So let's see if he does do 2 out laps. But yeah, the 2 Red Bulls will be the first ones to set a lap. So we will obviously stay on board with Abyss, and then we'll move over to a Viper, and then the Aston Martin, and I think that is Big Man Rai. Yeah, so we will go in that order. So let's stay on board with Abyss. He hugs it to the right as much as he can, down to 80% battery, flicks it down to medium, gets in 3rd gear, short shift to 4th, and it's going to floor it all the way to, let's see, his first sector split. He's up roughly 300 of a second, and he's going to burn all of the battery. He's going to approach the swooping right-hander. Let's see how he does. Flicks it flat, slight lift. Oh, but Yuki gets a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking, but we will focus on Abyss for now. Very, very nicely done indeed. Hello, Grizzmate. Welcome in. Abyss, very, very clean through there. 3rd gear, flicks the car in, uses the overtake to get the power down. Coming up to that, and he's 1/10 up. So this is going to put him as a flat 7. Ooh, slight snap there. But let's see what he can do. He's going to burn every single thing he has up to the line. Where is this going to put Abyss? Abyss 7017. We'll move over to Viper, who is down on his time. So clearly something has gone wrong there, unless this thing shows it as wrongly. Yeah, he was down. And then let's move over to Big Manra, who has invalidated. So behind him is a Alpine, and I think that means from a Ferrari Pro. He's up slightly on his time, so he's going to definitely put it on pole. And he improves it to a 7. We have a Haas behind off Potato. Where is he going to put his Haas into P2, into the 6s with a 6.72. I think Oxchillo's up next. Puts it into P3, into the 6s as well. Wiggy Woo with a 7.092. JDI comes across the line. Where is Yuki? Oh, wow. Everyone's crossing the line right now. There's a Ferrari of ZK just crossed the line into the 7s as well. Thomas Reed does a 7.075. So very, very good run there. And I think Jono or Oscar Piastrigo just improved ahead of Jono as well. But wow, what an ending that was. It is Ferrari Pro on pole position with a 6.770. So insane lap for Ferrari Pro. As wonder what happened with Yuki, but here's your qualifying results, and let's take a look at the track of Sao Paulo.
So here we go then. We are at Brazil for round 3 of Wallaby Racing League, where Left 4 Dead has won it 3 times, with Oz Curtis and Zervings winning it twice, and a range of winners including Birdie, Kano, Duck Puncher has won here, Ryan 97 and Scotty Mack. We have just come fresh off Vegas, where we saw spills, turns and brand new race winners, some being decided in the steward's office. Let's have a look at the track then. Track distance of 4.30 Ks. We are going to go 36 laps around, and we have 2 DRS zones, one down the main straight and one just before turn 4. We have 42 metres of elevation change with 15 turns, 8 to the left and 7 to the right. This evening, Pirelli will bring us the C5, C4 and C3 tyre compound. That is the soft, medium and hard, with the wet intermediate coming into play if we see rain this afternoon. It is a short run of 195 metres down to turn 1. Start your engines. So here we go then. We are at Brazil.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. You got a very quick peek at Brazil by the one and only Matty Skills. Coda, Mr. Ferrari Pro in the Alpine, is on pole. But as we get ready for the drivers on the grid to settle the setups and their strategies, obviously safety cars will change everything, but it should be a easy one stop for these guys if they can tire save. But where's JDI? I think JDI is in P12 if I'm not mistaken. But as we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. Potato gets a decent launch and is already side by side, and he is already in the lead of the race. Ferrari tries to dive down the inside, but Potato sticks it in P1. Abyss moves into P3 side by side with Oxchillo, and Wingy Woo and Thomas Reed follow through. Everyone's trying to get slipstream as there's Jono and Viper going side by side, and Jono gets ahead of Viper, so Viper not having a very good start at all, and everyone seems to have cleanly gone through. Jono and Viper going back at it. Viper goes down the inside. Ooh, looks like Jono goes off the track, but they're still side by side into this whole section. Oh wow, this is incredible racing from these two. Still side by side. There's a Ferrari right in front of him. Jono's trying to sweep around the outside. Big Man Rai sends it on Oscar Piastri go down. I think Viper's just gotten behind Jono, and Big Man Rai gets ahead of Oscar Piastri go as Potato gets a wonderful launch off the start. And now let's bring up all the details that we have as we see the tyres. Potato, Abyss, Thomas Reed, Wingy Woo, Jono, Viper, and everyone after from P11. On the medium tyres, Big Man Rai, ZK, Chillo, and Ferrari Pro opting for the hard compound of tyres. So very, very interesting to see a mix of strategies here. Let's see as Jono is making moves. He's pulling up the grid here. Obviously, last week, 2 weeks ago, he got a podium from this Abyss. Is that? No, that is Viper getting down the inside of ZK and gets the move done. But Jono, after Potato missing out on the podium, Jono capitalized on his mistake and got onto the podium. So he seems to be having a lot of pace around this track, cutting through the field to see how that goes. But as we look back up at the front, Alpine 1-2 is what Bremer wants. Unfortunately, mate, there is only one Alpine, so that is impossible to happen. I'm sorry, mate. That was too good. Anyways, as we see Jono setting the fastest lap off at the Grand Prix, he seems to have a lot of pace around here. As let's see what Ferrari Pro does. He's just gonna sit back. Oh, as Abyss looks to be pushing. Ferrari Pro defends the inside, and keeps a position, but everyone else is just holding position, saving battery. I think this is how most of the race is going to go in the DRS train, but let's see how that pans out. A single safety car can change things, of course, but Ferrari Pro seems to have a lot of pace around here, as we've seen in quali. I think there was like a 2/10 to 1.5 tenth gap between him and the driver in P2. Let's see, Ferrari Pro is burning all of his battery. Potato is sitting on his battery, but Ferrari Pro is going to make the move into turn 1. He's going to take the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix from where he started on the grid. Let's see, is Abyss going to eye up a move on Potato? Potato's going to use the battery to try and keep within that DRS. He's going to get the slipstream from Ferrari Pro, and I think he's just going to stick back to save a bit more battery and go for it on the main straight possibly, but let's see how everything goes. So let's look at some details. Of course, positions gained. So the biggest winner is Jono gaining 3 positions, Kalki gaining 3 positions, Big Manrai gaining 2, Yuki Bear gaining 1, Abyss also getting ahead of Oxchilla, who's dropped 1 position. The biggest loser is MJ Roller, who's dropped 3, and CK, who's dropped 3 as well. So very, very interesting race so far. Let's see. Ferrari Pro seems to have a lot of pace, almost an 8/10 gap to Potato, but obviously the DRS is going to reel him back in to that. But as you see, JDI, I think he's gotten ahead of Oscar Piastri, but this is unfortunately now broken the train. So now it's only a top 10 train here. So something different has to be done in the strategy for these guys to catch back up to the field. But yeah, as we move back ahead, I wonder who's running lower wings or who's running higher wings. That could be the reason why Ferrari Pro could be edging ahead of these guys due to his high wings through the corners. But look at that, he's almost 9/10. Let's watch Potato's POV as they're going to approach the DRS detection point. Let's see how good of an exit Ferrari Pro gets. No, it doesn't look like a decent exit. The gap's still 8/10. So it does seem to be Ferrari Pro's running a bit of a... Oh, is he burning? Ferrari Pro? No, he's not. So the DRS is going to reel back in. Abyss is very, very close to Potato and possibly eyeing up a move. To see as Jono and Wiggy Woo. Jono gets ahead of Wiggy Woo, gains another position. Is he? Oh, he just gets there within the DRS to keep DRS, and there seems to be some battling going on. Potato defending from Abyss into turn number 3. I think it's turn number 4, isn't it? Anyways, there's a big break in the train now, about 2.5 seconds between P10 and P11. As, let's see, does Potato have DRS? He does. So Potato's on the brink of DRS. And is Abyss now? They're sticking back. So the DRS is really helping Potato get close to... But let's see, Ferrari Pro too fast. He seems to be cooking on this track. He seems to have better exits. It could be the hard tires as well. The hard tires are obviously the better tire in terms of grip and stuff. So let's look at this. Let's look at the detection point when Ferrari Pro does cross it. He's going to burn the battery, and I think Potato will still have it. 0.934 was that detection, as I think Abyss had a moment. Oxchillo is looking to eye up a move. Oxchillo is going to go down the inside. Is he? Yeah, he's going to dive down the inside and get ahead. Abyss tries to eye up the switchback but doesn't get through. So I think the hard tires are starting to cook now. Very, very interesting to see that as Sammy is into the pits. So a very early stop there. He could be doing a 2-stop here, which is a very, very interesting call, as Big Man and Viper going at it. Gets ahead. Big Man has no battery as Rilo and Yuki Bear are going side by side. Oh, Rilo sticks back. But yeah, it seems to be that the hard tire is now quicker than the medium. So this is going to change things up, as Wingy Woo, I think he spun round. Oh no, that is unfortunate. I think he might have dropped out of DRS unless he can catch back up to Viper. That is unfortunate for Wingy Woo. He's having such a good race. And yeah, he has dropped out of the DRS. But let's see, I think Potato's lost DRS as well. So the hard tires are really, really cooking. So let's see what Oxchillo does. Oxchillo is going to eye up a move. Is he going to dive down the inside? No, he's going to stick back here. And I think ZK and Big Man Rise swap positions as well. And I think that is Viper into the pit. So a very early stop there. So they could be going on to the 2. I think Wee Woo's definitely doing the 2-stop as well. But interesting to see how this all pans out. Oxchillo on the hard tires gets ahead of Potato. As Bremer says, he didn't know the 1-stop is possible. It is possible, mate. You just got to tire save like crazy, which sort of ruins the fun of racing. But yeah, let's see, Viper and Wingy Woo come out in clean air, so they're going to push on those tires to see what happens. If you want to see how tire saving works, go watch Brendan Lee's latest video. He shows you how boring the race can be when you do tire save. It ain't fun. It ain't fun. Anyways, Ferrari Pro seems to be controlling his pace here, as Abyss is in, sliding to get the car stopped. Yep, JDI gets a time penalty at 10 seconds speeding into the pit lane. So I think these guys are definitely doing the 2-stop here. The 2 Red Bulls on the same strategy. Let's see where Abyss does come out. Where does a Viper come out? If they are within DRS of each other, that will be very, very helpful for these 2. They can work together and see, as there we go, Abyss just exits the pits right there. He's going to have cold tires, so this is going to be good for Viper to close up. Looks like I joined in the right time. It's a decent time. I would say. Not too bad. But yeah, look at that. Potatoes dropped out of DRS of Oxchillo as well. So the medium tires are not holding on at all. Look at that slide to get down the power. Oof. He's really struggling. I think Jono might be eyeing up a move on him as well. Potato, is he going to come in? He does. So Potato also coming into the pits. He's going to probably put on the hard tire, and that is Thomas Reed as well. So let's look at that. Tires to these 2 guys go on to. Let's look at Potato. He looks to be going onto the hard, as Yuki gets a 10-second time penalty. Yeah, both of them onto the hard tires, but this is going to be crucial. Abyss is on the main straight, and I think, yeah, he's going to jump both of them. Viper, is he going to jump them as well? Viper doesn't have DRS, unfortunately, on his teammate, but Potato is right there. I think that is Viper, and they're going to go side by side. I think Viper's just going to stick back. He's going to get the benefit of the DRS behind a Potato, so this is good. He's going to try and close back up to Abyss as well. but everyone is pushing. So very, very interesting. Will Jono pit? Where's the face cam? My face cam's broken, mate. So yeah, unfortunate. We will be back next week. Don't worry about it. But yeah, anyways, Jono is he going to come in? It looks like he is going to come into the pits as well. Let's see, Oscar Piastri going. Is he going to be pitting? He is. MJ Roller stays out. So we saw MJ Roller do the alt strat at Japan as well. And unfortunately, I think he got caught in a couple of incidents to... Oh, Oscar Piastri didn't pit. Okay, I thought he went into the pits. Interesting enough. But there we go. Jono is into the pit. He's going to get undercut by all these guys. Wingy Woo's on the back of Thomas Reed as well. So this is going to help all these guys. I think that's Jono coming out of the pit lane. And he's going to form right behind Wingy Woo. So very, very good there. And I think Taylor and Viper not really closing in on these guys. But let's see how they do go. Obviously, Ferrari Pro with a 1.6 second gap to Oxchillo, Big Man Right, and ZK as well, going strong. Let's see, does ZK go for the move? No, he sticks it back. So yeah, very, very interesting race, as I think that's MJ Roller getting ahead of Oscar Piastri. So I think these two guys are the ones that are going to be doing the one stop, which is going to about lap 15-ish. As Kalki is around, he's into the grass. Does he have damage? Not too sure. Yeah, he does. He's lost his end plate. So wonder what happened there. He's lost his complete left side. We missed it. We just saw the yellow flags. But interesting to see what happened there. And there we go. Abyss is already closed in on Oscar Piastri, and he's going to try and push to get ahead of MJ Roller as well. He's going to go down the inside, gets ahead before the apex of the corner, and I think Potato is also there with him. And is he going to have the DRS? He will have the DRS. So this is very crucial for Potato and Viper. They need to clear this traffic so that they can latch on back to Abyss. But I think Abyss dispatched them really, really well. Kalki's out of the session. He's retired in the pits. Potato gets through. He's going to get, he's really going to get held up by MJ Roller on those old tires. Viper gets through Oscar Piastri. Potato dives down the inside. I don't know if there was contact or not, but MJ Roller seems to be ahead at the moment. Yeah, he does. Oh, Potato's pushing him through the corner. He's going to dive down the inside. Will Viper capitalize on this as well? Viper, is he looking for the move? No, he's not. Oh, there's a bit of contact between the Red Bull and the Williams. Thomas Reed gets through on Oscar Piastri. Jono is going to come through as well. Oh, that was so tight. That was so tight. Ferrari Pro finally comes into the pits to put on the medium tires as Viper finally gets ahead of MJ Roller. But crucially, I think Potato is a significant time. Yeah, there you go. 2 seconds ahead. 2 seconds behind Abyss here. This is going to be very, very crucial for his race. But MJ Roller and Oscar Piastri are getting swamped by these guys that have boxed already. So the top 3 get to pit, and MJ Roller and Oscar Piastri also get to pit. Ferrari Pro just comes out behind. Oscar Piastri just lets him through. Very, very interesting there. Let's see what he is going to, how is he going to dispatch MJ Roller. Oh, Oh, come on, game. Give me a better camera angle. Is he going to go around the outside? Oh my god, I want to see this. For God's sake, game. Oh my god, that would have looked like such a good move. Wow, but Ferrari Pro gets ahead of MJ Roller. Stupid game doesn't want to give me a good camera angle to watch that move. Where's the hell he can when you need it? Must be doing a two-stop. I reckon so. 20 laps on those medium tyres seems to be impossible to me. But yeah, there we go. MJ Roller and Oscar Piastri go both in. So this is the lap for the one stop. 20 laps on those under hard tyres can be done. So this is going to be interesting to see where they finish in the race if they can keep it clean. This is going to be a ding-dong battle to the race because this is obviously 4 positions as well. Abyss is clear by pitting on the right lap. 2.5 seconds ahead of Potato. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Oxchilo 5.5 seconds ahead of a Big Man Right. So if Oxchilo keeps on going, he would probably be doing the one stop, but he has to go to about lap 20, which I think he might be doing that, as well as these 2 guys as well, Big Man Right and CK as well. But let's see, look at that gap that Abyss has, a comfortable 2.6 seconds to Potato, and it's a whole train up to P9. Ferrari Pro, he needs to use these medium tyres to get ahead, and I think Jono, is he going to go for the move on Thomas Reed? No, he is not. He's just going to stick back. Ferrari Pro needs to use those mediums to his advantage, but he's got no battery left. Oh, is he going to dive down the inside? He takes a look for... Wow, is he going to send it here? He thinks of it, but 6 back. Wow. He's using that grip off those medium tyres as much as he can. He's going to send it. He's going to send it. He sent it down the inside. Get on the curb. Oh, that is very unstable on that curb. That is very, very close. Could have ended up in a spin, of course. Wow, that was very, very close. But he doesn't have any battery to attack these guys ahead. They've got more battery than him. But let's see, is Viper going to make the move? No, he does not. Viper sticks back behind Potato. But as Abyss is slowly but surely closing in on ZK and Big Man Right. Is Viper going to go for the move? Viper's got no battery as well. Jono seems to be pushing to find a gap between Thomas Reed. I think Ferrari Pro's now just going to sit back and save a bit of the battery. ZK and Big Man Right swap positions through the long right hand, and there is Abyss. Abyss has arrived onto the back of these 2. So he needs to make easy pickings of these 2 to minimize the time lost to Potato. So obviously this lap Potato did close up quite a bit, but Abyss is going to use the battery, use the superior grip that he has on those tires. He's going to burn all the battery that he has. Big Man Right doesn't really put up a fight because he knows he's on the fresher tires, and there we go. Abyss gets through both of them very, very nicely. Well, let's see how quick do these guys close up on them as well. Let's see, Potato. All these guys have very low battery. Ferrari Pro is using, even though he has 0%, trying to get ahead. He's going to send it. Oh, he had a look. He had a look. And forces Jono wide, and he's going to swoop right down the inside and get the move done before the long sweeping right-hander. So a very tactical look down the inside, forcing Jono to leave a bit of room, compromising his line, and gets the move done. And his next target is Thomas Reed, who is sitting behind Viper and Potato. Potato's now caught up to Big Man Right. and ZK. I think Big Man Ray might have lost DRS. I think he does. I think he's lost the DRS of ZK. Oh, never mind, he does. I forgot that the DRS is later, but Potato is going to burn all his battery. He's going to send it down the inside of Big Man Ray. Big Man Ray's not going to fight it because he knows he's on the older tires. But this is going to be crucial. Viper has to pass him as soon as possible so that Potato doesn't get ahead. Potato swoops around the outside of ZK. The superior grip really helping these guys. But this is going to be interesting. ZK and Big Man Ray ahead of Viper. Is Viper gonna lose positions because of this, or lose time because of this, because he's stuck behind two guys that have not pitted? Viper's pretty much pushing him through that corner. Viper looks down the inside again on Thomas Reed, but I think he's not there. But this is gonna be crucial. ZK is almost out of DRS of Potato, there you go. Potato's dropped him already, so this is interesting. This has ruined Viper's race, unfortunately, because of Potato making easy pickings of these two on the straight. But Viper's going to push Big Man Ray, ZK all in the hard tires. Oxfillo is in as well, so this is also the one-stop strategy onto the medium tires. What a move, says Bremer. Oh, Ferrari Pro's in as well, so Ferrari Pro's joined these guys. So this is interesting. So Ferrari Pro would probably be, there we go, onto a second set of medium tires. So Ferrari Pro is going to try and follow these guys and see what he can do. An interesting strategy call. I would have expected him to go a bit longer, but they do filter out behind Yuki Bear and JDI. But the others of ZK, Big Man Ray and Ferrari Pro, ZK gets ahead of Oscar Piastri. All of them do. All of them do get ahead. So obviously, these guys are the ones they are fighting for position. These guys are also on the one-stop strategy. So this is going to be interesting. They wouldn't just let them easy, but they are on the fresher tires as well. Going to be rapid for the last stint. For Ferrari Pro, maybe not, because he needs to tire save a bit more than his last stint. Because of the less amount of laps he's done. But I think Ferrari Pro, oh my god, what a move! Did he make a move? I can't tell. I completely didn't realize. But Oxchillo is looking good. He's on the back of JDI. He's going to burn all his battery. JDI tries to defend on the inside. Oxchillo dives down the inside and gets the position on the fresher tires. Look at that tire delta. But this is going to be very, very interesting to see when do these guys pit. Can Ox go to the end? Yes, he can. He is on the one-stop strategy, I think. Hopefully he is, because he went about 21 laps on those mediums, which is very, very applicable to the one-stop strategy. So this is going to be interesting to see when do these guys come in. As there we go, Potato comes in as well as Thomas Reed. So these two have pulled the trigger. And coming into the pits, Oxfillo sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Potato on the hard, so obviously these guys are on for the harder allocation of tyres, going for a double hard on the strategy. So let's see, these guys are all on the one stop. They are going to filter out ahead of these guys. Potato gets ahead, and that's Ferrari Pro right behind him, looking for a move. So now the battles are going to begin. Obviously, the guys on the two-stop will have much fresher tires, but this is crucial. Potato is ahead of Ferrari Pro on those new hard tires. ZK also is currently the lead car on this strategy of the one-stop. Sorry, Oxchillo is the lead car on the one-stop. So this is going to be very interesting to see the gap of what happens as both Red Bulls are in. Okay, so is Viper gonna get held up by this? This is, I don't know if this was communicated. Viper does get held up. Oh no. So interesting there. Wonder what went on there between the two Red Bulls, both entering on the same lap. Not too sure if that was communicated or not after finishing 1-2. Interesting, but Abyss does come out ahead of Potato, but unfortunately Abyss had a 2-second gap, and now the undercut has brought Potato back in the DRS. But crucially, after Jono pits, their target is Oxchillo, who only has a 3-lap tire advantage for Abyss. So he needs to close in about 6 seconds before the end of the race to pass him. They have Wingy Woo in the middle of them. Actually, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, but obviously Jono was also on the back of these guys. So let's see where he does come out. But yeah, as let's see where Jono. There is Viper. He's going to get ahead of Viper. Oh, very, very close there. But he does get ahead of Viper. So a very, very interesting haul from the Red Bulls. We will see if they have anything to say tomorrow. Not tomorrow, sorry. Later, if one of them do get on the podium, we will talk to them. See what happens there. As Wingy Woo is holding Abyss up. Is he? Not too sure what's going on here, but Wingy Woo on the older tires. Potato has broken away. Abyss gets ahead of Wingy Woo. Finally, Wingy Woo comes into the pits, but Abyss is now 1.2 seconds, 1 second. Wingy Woo gets a 10-second time penalty. Oh no, that's going to ruin his race completely. But is Abyss going to have DRS? He does. He holds on to the DRS. Oh, there's an incident. I think MJ Roller is off. There's a brief yellow flag. Wonder what happened there. Wingy Woo is out of the pits. So this is going to be a ding-dong battle between these guys. They have 6 seconds to catch Mr. Oxchillo on the fresher tires. Let's see, can ZK hold on to the DRS? Let's find out. Oh, ZK looks like he's dropped. Looks like he's dropped out of the DRS. Oh boy, he's going to burn all this battery. But I think he's done. He's dropped out. So let's obviously keep a focus on the gap between Potato and Oxchillo. So let's see what Ferrari Pro has to pass to try and latch back on to these guys. Jono is on the freshest tyres compared to these guys, and there we go. That is evident as Thomas Reed sends it down the inside to get ahead of Ferrari Pro, who's obviously on those old tyres as well, but he has to dispatch ZK as well to see what he can do. But there we go. From when we saw, the gap was 6 seconds, now it's 5.8, so they've only gained 0.2 that lap. So is this a masterclass from Oxchillo to finish on the 1 stop, or everyone's done the 2? We will find out, but I think through this section, there we go, they've gained a bit more time here as well. There we go, from 5.8 to now 5.4, 5.2, so they've gained a chunk of time on that lap, as Abyss and Potato on the fresher tyres. Let's see what they can do, and I think Abyss is going to go for it. Abyss is going to swamp. Thomas Reed goes on ZK as well. Jono gets ahead of Big Man Rai, so a bunch of position swaps here for them. Obviously, I think this is going to not allow Thomas Reed to get on the podium, unfortunately, unless one of these guys gets a 3-second penalty. But Abyss is now going to control this pack with Potato, and there's going to be a bunch of moves happening here. Jono's moved up into P6, so very, very interesting to see what's going on there. But these two have to really, really push as much as they can. As yeah, look at that, they're closing in massively on Oxchillo. I think Oxchillo might just be saving those tires as much as he can to then, when these guys do indeed catch them, they can battle it out. As Jono gets the move done. Hello, Mr. Cooper the Bot. Welcome in. As Viper gets ahead of Ferrari Pro. He's going to dive down the inside. They hook wheels. Oh, that is... And Viper goes round the outside. Gets the move done. Still going to have the DRS, but all of them have no battery. So interesting to see what happens. Cooper, are you going to let your TP talk to you like that, man? Just tell him you want out. Just tell him you want out. But anyways, Abyss is slowly but surely closing in on... He's into it? Wow. He qualified dead last. I know he did. But yeah, this is going to be really, really close between these guys. Oh, for God's sake, I bloody knew it. Well, this guy just has to ruin my evening, eh? Okay, I got one. What do you call a cult that's hard to get into? Difficult. That's a good one. That's a good one. Hey, it's better than the ones I said before, so... Hey. So, fair enough. Anyways, let's get back to the racing. As Yuki, I think he is... As Jono is on the fresher tires, he's... Give it a 3. Well, if you can do a better one, go for an 8. And I think that's Yuki, who has no front wing, so he's unfortunately binned it. Oh, for God. I'm not Frizy. This is the last race, so I don't know what you want me to say. If you want something for Belgium, I can tell you. If you want a tip for Belgium, I can give you. So yeah, up to you, mate. If you want something for Belgium, I got you. Netherlands reverse. The tip for Netherlands reverse is just stay behind me. As Abyss and Potato gonna... Oof, very, very close there between those two. I think this is going to be the decider on who sticks ahead. Potato's got a lot more battery Thomas Reed gets a 3-second time penalty, so that's going to affect his race. I don't know, not too sure if he's going to drop back. And, oh, Yuki's retired. And that's a VSC. Wow. So that is... Wow, that might have cooked Abyss's race, because Potato just got ahead of him. Oh, it's a safety car! It's a full safety car! It's a full safety car, ladies and gentlemen. We have a full cause caution. That saves Ox. It does indeed, but this is going to be crucial. Do they pit or do they not for the soft tyres? This is absolutely saved Oxchilo's race, because if not, he would have gotten swamped by these two. I don't think they would pit. They're going to keep track position. Potato's faking it, and he's not done it. Oh, Thomas Reed's in. He's trying something different. ZK is in. Big Man Ride's in. So all these guys are coming in to get the fresher tyres. MJ Roller's in. Oh, Oscar Piastri Goat tries to get ahead of MJ Roller. Gets a 10-second penalty. Someone said, up the kicks. They have jinxed them. Two-door gaming. Well... cooked them, mate. It's all on you. This is going to be interesting to see how well Thomas Reed can do. Tudor is not happy with that, but we will see how that goes. The safety car would probably be going in next lap, so let us see what happens on. It's going to be a ding-dong battle between these two. Fresh Hards is very, very interesting, to say the least, for a 3-lap dash, because I feel the soft will die pretty quickly, and I'm assuming those guys went for the harder allocation, so they are unfortunately stuck with that. Let's see, does Oscar Piastri come in to serve his 10-second penalty? He should. And he does. Does he get another 10-second? Nah, he takes it easy. Into the pits, so he's going to drop down massively. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. 1 lap of DRS. One singular lap could decide this entire race. Yesterday we had a bit of an interesting one as well, due to obviously certain compromises did occur. Certain people got stopped for the win, unfortunately. So yeah, this is going to be interesting to see what goes on. I think anyone that is ahead in P2 on the last lap will probably win this race. As there we go, safety car is in. So Sammy and Oscar Piastri Goat unfortunately have not caught it, and so has, I think, JDI and Wingy Woo will catch them. So Oscar Piastri Goat took a 3-second time penalty, so it's not gone well for him. But let's focus on Potato. When does Oxchillo go? Waiting, he's still weaving on the straight. Oh, these guys are getting very, very close, and Oxchillo goes. He's got now, and Jono's already side by side with Abyss. Jono's going to dive down the inside. He's going to go 2 for 1. Oh, he sticks behind Potato. Wow, That was a very audacious move. Thomas Reed is already on the back of Abyss, on the pressure tires. Jono is going to go down the inside. Potato defends it. And they've held position. Oh, remember, one lap is all. Thomas Reed gets ahead of Abyss. Side by side into the sweeping right, and wow, what a move from Thomas Reed on using those soft tires. He's still got about 3 cars to try and get in the lead. Is he gonna go for it? No, he's not. He's gonna stick back. He's gonna try to switch back, and he's gonna go around the outside. Is he gonna make it stick? No, he's slightly back, but this is gonna be crucial. Let's see what. Potato's got a decent amount of battery. Oxlow's got more battery, but obviously no DRS on this straight. We will have it on the run to turn 4 and on the final run to the line. Jono is looking for a move on Potato. He's going to go down the inside. Lefty sends it on the inside. They're 3 wide. They're 3 wide. Thomas Reed gets ahead. Oh, hits Potato. Oh, wow, this is going to be an interesting battle to the end. Thomas Reed has DRS on. Jono is going to go around the outside. No, Big Man Ray sends it on Abyss. Abyss is, oh, there's contact between them. Ferrari Pro is unfortunately wide, and Big Man Ray and Abyss still going side by side. Abyss is on the inside for the corner. There's contact. Abyss sends it on Jono as well. There's contact. Oh my god, almost 3 wide there. This is gonna be an insane battle. Is Thomas Reed, is he able to get his pen removed? Abyss is dropped all the way down at P6 as it goes to the car of CK. And he gets ahead of Abyss. This is going to be an interesting run to the line. Let's focus. Oh my god, Leslie's already side by side with Oxchillo. Potato's there as well. He's going to burn everything he has. Thomas Reed is on the inside. Is he going to get ahead? He does get ahead. And because of penalties, Oxchillo does win the race. Wow, what an ending that was. A much more entertaining ending than Japan, but what a race, all decided in the last few laps. Wonder what's going to happen with Thomas Reed's penalty, but it's going to be an interesting one to say the least, as we'll see who we can get on the podium. As there we go, there you have it, your leaders, race winner Oxchillo. Fast lap goes to Jono, driver of the day, and cleanest driver goes to Big Man Rai, and most overtakes goes to MJ Roller. And there we have it. So I can possibly get the top 2 in here for a interview. And let's get Potato in as well. But yeah, what an ending to that race. Very interesting to see where Thomas Reed filters out in this race. Does he get his pen removed or not? We will find out. Let me... if Oxchillo does not join, we will just go ahead with Potato, who's in. Just make sure to include your audio, mate.
There it is.
Yeah. Alright, sick. Alright, we'll just go ahead with a Potato. Obviously, a interesting ending to the race. Lefty coming through the grid with his 3-second penalty, but obviously after he got ahead, sort of, did it compromise your run to?
I'd say it did. I think either way, there was no rear traction left in the car. I run a pretty oversteery set, so with whatever I have left, I just send it and pray. I just had no traction for that final section, but I bet if I had a little bit of traction, I could have had a better shot. But honestly, it was not too bad of a race, even though I absolutely suck around here. So I was pretty happy, pretty fun. And GG's to everyone else. Did you die? Did he?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're back.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I asked. Since Tier 2 is decided by Tier 1's grid is designed by Tier 2, how are you feeling for Spa?
I have no faith. I have no faith. I probably won't be able to practice much because I'm working now, so we'll see what I can do. But I have no faith. At least I can focus race and not bother with qualifying. But that's gonna be
Yeah.
so diddy. If I'm starting last, I don't know what I'm gonna say or what I'm gonna do, but you'll find out.
Well, I mean, it is up to your TP to decide which driver starts where, so
I mean,
yeah.
hopefully they put the faster driver first, all TPs. But you know, who knows? But it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, of course. And thank you, Potato, for that. And we'll move over to the race winner of Mr. Oxcello himself. Welcome in, mate. Just make sure you have your audio included.
Yeah.
And we will get through. So obviously, Lefty coming through with that pen. He did finish P1 on track, but obviously because of his pen, he did drop back. But an interesting strategy from you with the one stop. Tell me how your race went.
It was all right. I planned to go to the one stop from the start, but I didn't really save the hards enough. I was going to try and stretch it to lap 21, but I was in puncture territory when I boxed, so I couldn't really do that. And then, yeah, I saw they were catching pretty quick. I thought I was cooked, to be honest. I could have saved a lot more. I kind of messed up, but the safety car saved me. That was good. And then, yeah, I just tried to defend at the end, lefty, and all the others had a huge battle, so I just managed to hold on. I had pretty low wings that helped me onto the run to the line, defending from Potato. Yeah, GG's to Potato, man. Ryan, lefty, did a great drive. He would have won if not for the pen. But yeah, very happy to get the win.
Yeah, very, very well done indeed. You were controlling while you were on the one stop, obviously the lead car with a significant gap, and as they caught you, the safety car came out, so it did turn out to be a blessing for you indeed. But yeah, same question
That
that I
almost
asked
worked out Giga
Potato.
for me.
But yeah, I did ask Potato this. Obviously, Spa is decided by Tier 2 grid, so how are you feeling for that?
I think we've got a pretty strong lineup in tier two. So hopefully I get a good starting position. And I like Spa. I've never done it with no line, but hopefully another strong race. 100% will be interesting now. Just got to keep it clean.
Oh yeah, of course, the 100% race is gonna be very, very interesting to say the least. But that is it for today. We'll be back on Sunday for Tier 4, which will be the relay race. The first time we see that, it's going to be Tier 4 does quali and race, and the grid that Tier 4 finish in will set the grid for Tier 3 and so on and so forth. So make sure to see how each tier finish and we will see how that pans out. But until then, we will catch you guys next time. See ya.